Hey you guys, Ryan here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why your internet is so important in Warzone. Now, there's a lot to discuss here, and the very first thing we're going to cover is what even is ping. In game, they call it latency, but latency in ping is essentially just a measurement of time for how long it takes the server to recognize your inputs. In this circumstance, the higher the number is, the worse it is. If you want to be able to see your ping, go into the options, go all the way to this account tab in the top, and then you can see this number that's going to fluctuate. The higher that this number is, that means the more delay you're going to experience. Right now, this is a pretty good ping server for me in all honesty, and this is another key part. Based on what server you connect to, you're going to get different ping. Ping is almost always essentially just a measurement of distance and how far you are from the server, but in the background, you're seeing what my servers I connect to are. The only time I get the 35 to 40 millisecond servers are on Fortune's Keep or Rebirth. And on the flip side, the only time I'm getting that 130 to 140 millisecond server is on Caldera. Now, everyone's going to have a similar structure of numbers. It's just going to be different based on your internet and based on a couple key things. Make sure, if possible, you are not using Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is going to cause your ping to be higher, but it's also going to cause your ping to fluctuate, and that is going to be a massive issue. If you can't get an Ethernet cable plugged in from your console, from your PC into your router, that is the optimal way, and it should help reduce ping. This will literally change your life because ping is going to change every gunfight. You're going to win so many more gunfights being on lower ping than you would on higher ping. It's actually going to make your head hurt. Almost every top streamer and top player plays at ridiculously low pings. I'm not even kidding. If you stop by Swag Stream, if you stop by Tim the Tapmans, they're oftentimes at below 20 ping, and that is something I can never literally achieve because of where I live. In the background right now, this is me on a 120 ping server essentially, and I will literally change my playstyle when I know I'm on a server with this high of ping. What I mean by that is I'm not going to be as aggressive. I'm going to play it more conservatively. And if people are up close, I'm going to focus on pre-firing them and trying to use peeker's advantage. So what peeker's advantage is if you are on a higher ping and you push around the corner, your ping is going to cause a delay in the server to register where you're at in the game. And this is going to give you an advantage when you peek someone. However, when someone peeks you, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage. If you just go into the pregame lobby, check what your connection is, and then shoot someone, you will literally feel the difference in internet from when you're on a good server compared to when you're on a bad server. Bullets feel like they instantly hit on the 35 to 40 millisecond ping servers. However, when I'm on the 130, 140 millisecond servers, oh my, it literally, you can feel the delay. I will shoot and there's just a pause between when I actually shoot and when my bullet hits, and this also causes me to die behind walls all the time. If you're someone who plays and you find yourself dying behind walls all the time, this is actually one of the major reasons why. You're probably just on a higher ping than your opponent. So when you run behind that wall, the server isn't going to be told that you're actually behind that wall until X amount of time because of your internet. And the lower that your ping is, the quicker the server is going to know where you're actually at, and it's going to cause less issues. I know this is super annoying to hear for a lot of people because they may not be able to change their internet situation or whatever. But it is also important to know you're sometimes not at fault for the baloney that happens in Warzone. You shouldn't just be using this as an end-all be-all excuse. However, sometimes it is the actual reason you died. If you would have made that exact same play on a lower ping server, you probably would have came out on top, and I know this from personal experience. I don't have necessarily the best gameplay examples, and in fact, I'm reusing a gameplay from my last video because my gameplay footage and my storage space on my PC is super bad, yada yada yada. It's just a whole thing. And regardless, whole point I'm trying to get across is you can literally feel it yourself once you become aware of it. If you ever just sometimes feel like, wow, that game felt amazing. It felt so good. My bullets felt like they were hitting better. It felt like I was doing more damage. Well, sometimes that's because you're on a better ping server, and for most of the night, you're actually on really bad servers, and this is going to cause issues because you're going to feel that delay is going to cause you to be killed by people who have better ping than you, and overall, it's just going to ruin your gameplay experience. I'm not trying to say that it's just ruining every game because you have too high of ping and yada yada. I don't want to get that message across, but I want people to be aware that this is a real thing. And sometimes when you shoot first and you feel like, wow, I shot first, I shot before them and I still died. Sometimes this is the reason why. You can have two people, they can shoot at the exact same time, but because of their distance from the server, well, the server is just going to read and recognize their actions completely differently and at different times. Sometimes it's going to feel terrible for you. You might actually be benefiting from this without realizing it, but you really should be aware that this is a thing, and you should be aware that different servers are going to give you different ping, and that's going to drastically affect your gameplay, and you should just be aware of this. This is kind of more of a PSA video to just help people be aware that this is even a thing and how much it can affect their gameplay. But I do think it's going to actually help you be a little bit of a better player and give you more understanding of why Warzone sometimes feels the way it does. On Wednesday, I am going to release another video, so it's going to be one of the first times I've released 2 videos back to back, so I hope it doesn't feel too overwhelming and too saturated for people. I'm just trying to get a meta video out for the season for Reloaded and yada yada yada. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it helps you understand a little bit more about your internet in Warzone. And don't be going out and buying better internet because that's not going to help the problem. Unless you just have really terrible internet, most of your problems are not going to be fixed in any way unless you get fiber. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. Hope you have a good day. Peace.